Hello, my brothers of the internet. Sorry for the shaky camera for a second. But today I'll be explaining your 2016 elections and how exactly what perspired, what happened, and so on. Sorry, the shaking will stop in a second. I'm using a rig. So, what we're gonna explain to you what exactly happened, how it transpired, and what happened, right? Nobody really can figure it out. How did Trump win? Actually, the events that transpired with technology in place, once I explain everything, you will understand. You will understand what happened with your elections. And you will understand that Russia did not hijack your elections. Your politicians just want to blame somebody, and CNN likes the ratings, so of course they want to blame Russia. However, here's the honest truth.
Mr. Curtis, are there programs that can be used to secretly fix elections?
Yes,
How do you know that to be the case?
because in October of 2000, I wrote a prototype for President Congressman Tom Feeney at the company I worked for in Oviedo, Florida, that did just that.
In Florida.
And would that
Tom
program that you designed be something that elections officials could detect?
They'd never see it.
And your testimony is under oath,
Yes, sir.
and the testimony you've given is true.
So they won't see
Yes,
it.
sir.
None of the public will either.
Thank you.
This is under oath. Programmers don't lie under oath. It's not worth going over jail over. Believe that. So, Yang Enterprises was in Florida. Mind you, he's in Ohio court right now.
In 2000, I was
See why.
working for Yang Enterprises, which was a company in Oviedo, Florida, and their chief lobbyist, their corporate attorney, and Speaker of the House of Florida was Tom Feeney.
Tom Feeney was the general counsel and registered lobbyist for Yang Enterprises, even while he was Speaker of the Florida House.
He came in one day, one of my first introductions to him, and he wanted us to build a vote flipping software.
Wow, a politician just asked a programmer for that. I thought that would be illegal. Mind you, this is American politician, American programmer.
He was asked by Tom Feeney to create essentially a vote rigging software prototype.
Don't piss off your employees, they won't snitch.
My interpretation initially was that he
Just
wanted
saying.
to prevent you evil Democrats, because I was a Republican, from cheating. So we know how bad you are. So,
Right. Right.
he's a Republican, I'm a Republican, which,
Republican,
immediately
Democrat,
makes him a good
Republican,
guy right
Democrat,
away.
back and
So
forth.
obviously he's not going to try and, steal
Right.
votes. He wanted it to run on a Windows platform, be touchscreen capable. He wanted it to not have
So
any
like Windows
additional
10 yet?
hardware, so you didn't have to bring in a
Windows 10?
keyboard, you didn't have to sit across the street in a truck. You could just sit there and punch a button, and the votes all flip.
Invisible
And the
buttons.
third thing he wanted was that
I
he
learned
wanted
those.
so that in the source code, you could not see the fact that it was being flipped.
You'll never
Well, not
know
only
that the
is-
vote
you
is
shouldn't be
being
doing
screwed
that.
with.
But you can't do that. You cannot hide in the source code. Done deal. I can't do it. Nobody else can
But
either.
who looks at the source code ever? Nobody.
Tom Feeney
Nobody.
is
Have you seen the
best
source code of the
known
election
for
machine?
being the guy
By the way,
in
that's Tom
2000
Feeney.
election. No matter
So,
what the Supreme
by the
Court
way,
decided,
you
he was
see,
going to assure
I
that the
don't think
electoral
that
votes
when
went
Jeb
to George
Bush
W.
lost, I
Bush.
don't think he
He had
liked it.
previously,
He made
in
sure
1994,
Bush
been
was
the
gonna
running
win.
mate to Jeb Bush in Jeb's initial bid for governor in
Yeah,
Florida.
he didn't like
Which he lost.
losing.
So I built
End
a
of story.
form, gave it to Mrs. Yang along with the sheet on how you prevent vote fraud. She said, "You don't understand. In order to get this contract,
This
we
chick
have
knew.
to hide the vote fraud in the source code.
They tried hiding
This is
their
to
vote
flip
fraud.
the vote in South Florida."
Celebrate your engagement by selecting
on.
your wedding bands together at the
See,
Golden Diamond
this
Source.
is
Choose from the largest selection of wedding bands in Tampa Bay.
Come to our wedding band event from now until June 4th. If you purchase a wedding
See, apologies about these, guys. Apologies. Now, was going back. Sorry, interrupted by the commercial. Now I'm going to show you the actual source code.
What he wanted was a program that would flip the vote. And this is what I produced, basically.
He rewrote
It
it.
looks like that.
That's nothing. I
You've
can do that with
compiled
my eyes closed.
essentially a prototype program to
Yes.
show how somebody could, in fact, if they wanted to, use the touchscreen software to flip the vote.
Correct.
Is this the
Touchscreen
actual
software.
program that you built for them?
That's
No,
So
Windows
you don't
10,
have the
guys.
actual software that
No,
you
I just
wrote for them.
rewrote a duplicate of it because it's real simple. It's like 100 lines of code. This is a little garbage
Shit.
program I wrote for Feeney. You don't see the actual vote count. So you walk up. Who do you want to vote for here? Kerry is winning. A little bit.
Watch
Okay?
this.
You come in, you vote for Bush. You vote for Bush.
You know, vote normally. You vote normally
Always
like
F
you always
by
do.
one. Vote for Kerry.
And
vote
there's
for
gonna be an
Kerry.
invisible button
So
that the programmer will
people
push.
that are going to be validating this machine can stand there all day long and
And they'll
vote for
be right.
somebody, and it will be right every time. Pretty simple.
But there's
Okay?
invisible
But the guy
buttons we
can
let
walk up
programmers
here,
like to
and
put
if he
in there.
hits the right buttons, he can flip the vote.
You make a
Eddie.
little bubble, you make it
So
see-through,
the
or
whole
you
vote
only
total
know
has
where it's at.
changed. You can have 20 people standing behind his back while he's poking at a screen, and you never saw it.
What's the percentage that you worked out to? For
51-49,
Remember that, 51-49. Remember
because
that.
it's under the recall. Close enough, you don't have a recall. When I actually wrote it, it wasn't
Close
for
enough
Kerry,
so you
it
don't
was
have a
Cat and
recall.
Dog, I
Sound
think.
familiar?
I think the voting should still be done on paper because it's way
But now, 51-49. All great. However, now, did anybody really expect this to happen? Like, this is what the elite wanted. Hillary to win by a landslide and Bernie Sanders to barely get anything, right? Reality check, though. This is why the commercials play on this page so much. Sorry, guys. This is more like what happened. You notice how closer the ratio is? More like 51-49 right now. So someone flipped towards Hillary. So all of a sudden, Hillary now is the winner of this machine, right? And you just saw how easy it is to flip the vote. Literally, so simple. So now, Clinton won. So now we have to realize that, Clinton is cheating because the graph should have literally looked the reverse of this. So everybody loved Sanders. Hillary was preaching it at what? High schools, while Bernie filled out auditoriums and stadiums, okay? So think about that. She cheated Bernie Sanders. She won. So somebody figured out right away that was wrong. So we decided to clickbait America. If you don't know what clickbait is, you'll figure it out later on in life. So this is more like what they did to us. The illusion of choice. The slaughterhouse is right here. Left, this Democrats or Republicans, or right is the Republicans or the Democrats, who cares? Doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, you're still the cow going to the slaughterhouse. No matter which way you take, right? Now, let's say you actually want to fix this. You can actually look up who owns who on this little chart. And if you want to know the names of the people that own you, they're going to be right over here. But the election was basically controlled through the elites. They never gave up their control whatsoever. And Trump was just a guinea pig because, he was there. And Hillary got demolished and everybody knew she cheated. So they couldn't make her win anymore. They could not. So that's literally how Trump won, because everybody clickbaited knowing that Sanders should have won by a landslide. Because this right here, the turnout, this is nonsense. This is bullshit. Because this bitch right here, Clinton, like, upon her saying that she was going to take more stuff away, people didn't like that. They were already losing their houses, their homes, their mortgages, their debt. The middle class was being lost. And she wanted to take more away? No. So, clickbait Trump. However, we'll see how Trump turns out later on. But right now, speaking of, Clinton cheated. Sanders should have won. Sanders got cheated. So, you know what that means? There was a system flip. Because this right here doesn't happen. Remember what Clint said. 51-49, and this sure as hell seems very, 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 very close. Even if we take the delegates away, these numbers are way, way too close, and they will not recount over 300 votes because they're so, so close. So think about that. Before you blame Russia for just to get some ratings, might want to consider that these guys right here, see, this guy's American, okay? He is American, and he's a programmer. And by the way, I'm a baby programmer who literally figured out because I got angry at them blaming my country, which I carry still the nickname of it. So yes, my nickname is Russia. Go figure. However, what I will not be tolerating is the blame when we did not do anything. By the way, if you think this is right,
the results are in from last night's New Hampshire primary.
Hillary smiling. all the time.
Most importantly, I want to make a video talking about the clear media manipulation and bias that's taking place right now. Obviously, we know that the mainstream media is in the hands of the corporate globalist government establishment, and they're showing their true colors right now, subtly
he got
and
some
not
nook under the
subtly
table, should
at
let the
all.
man alone. So, literally speaking, look at this. Bernie Sanders should have annihilated Hillary. Annihilated. This is why this chart is bullshit. This is how you knew Hillary had the voting flipping machine. You knew she had it. Because Tom Feeney did not like losing with Jeb Bush. So, the next President Bush, he won. And I'm sure they kept the software around. I'm sure they didn't get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? So, 40 lines of code, but you know how you mess everything up with code? One period or one dot and everything goes to hell. So keep that in mind, folks. Trump might have gotten very lucky. However, all this went downhill and Hillary went against Trump, all because of this. If Bernie Sanders would be running against Trump, we'd have a different story. But it wasn't. We got cheated, and that's exactly what happened. So because the American people got cheated, they have to blame somebody, and they blame Russia. However, this guy right here was offered $1 million to keep his mouth shut, got moved to Ohio, away from Florida, Tennessee, and got told to never speak of this again. By the way, he got his dog shot for this. And that's not cool at all. That pisses me the hell off. Somebody took his dog's life. So this is America's 4th of July present from this kid named Russian Nick. And by the way, this is me right here. Just for good, for the good times. But remember, no matter what you would have chosen, Hillary or Trump, it's still the slaughterhouse. It's still the same owners. Because it doesn't matter who the president is, it matters who these people are controlling your world. Because let me tell you, they control everything you do and everything you own and all your money, which I'm very, very angry about. So, just keep that in mind, folks. If you want to know, by the way, you can find some really interesting names in here, like George Soros, Melinda Gates, and so on. So, you guys should do your due diligence and look at your graph yourselves. Maybe you can put some faces together. But, don't forget Tom Feeney's face and, none of those guys. They don't need to be forgotten, ever. Because this guy literally sacrificed a lot. He sacrificed $1 million of hush money to give you guys the truth. So, thank the man. Be grateful. And stop blaming Russia for your dirty politicians. Just saying. And Trump just likes Russia. That's cool. Who cares? Bye.